slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash and love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Coach, we are just about set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. A few moments ago, they raised the 12th man banner, and this place, as usual, rocking and rolling. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. And they're going to... Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. He'll wind up getting a yard.
Up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, it's Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. It was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now Breeze to try again after the pick 6. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. Pretty fortunate there. The interception that ended the last drive, and then, boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call him to question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Breeze. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Ready? You ready? I got 15. You got 9.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner, coming off a third straight All-Pro season.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
Ready?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Kamara. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Ready? We're waiting. We're pretty quiet, team. We're pretty quiet.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Deuce, 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 deuce. Showing up.
To throw is Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Going for the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Bree's going to throw. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Running with Kamara. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way. His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, because you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Luck's good on the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is Grant. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
That one, 28 yards on the ground. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready. We're waiting. Teams them out. I got 15. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. It's a gain of 34.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Now Kamara, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And thee coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good to make it 21-17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 10.
61, match box.
A give to Kamara running right. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Ready. Yellow lady. Easy. Opposite. Ready, take.
The final shot before half for Breeze. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
Adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now a play fake here on first down. And Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now a give, right side. Grant. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Corey Grant, his third touchdown now on the year. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Breeze. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties. And they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Watch the slants. Watch the slants. He's alert.
On first down, it's Grant. And some room to roam now. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Corey Grant, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw with Breeze. He gets it to Thomas. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Kamara. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 23.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Breeze now. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a give right side. Grant. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They go back to Grant. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Grant. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Ready. Check.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
First down, New Orleans.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground, Kamara. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Right here. Check. Watch 15. Watch 15. Mark 15. I'm coming after you. 5-9.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Breeze. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Sammy.
Breeze going to go on 4th down. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Here's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Kamara trying the right side. Dropped at the 35. Able to display his agility, but not much room to operate. Josh Jones in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run. Sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, 2nd best in the league, and they'll try it here. Breeze now to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for DK Metcalf. Incomplete. Malcolm Jenkins on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. It's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, the preparation pays off as they pick up their first win on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?